Too much rocking and rolling, explains Shaka. Splash is flattered by all of the fuss. Your offer of a party is very kind, she says. Absolutely, we'll be there, confirms Noah. Remember, the attire is glow in the dark, Shaka says, extending the invitations to the seahorses, lobsters, turtles, and shrimp who are floating nearby. Party starts at 8, adds King Octo. And here they are, King Octo and Noah. There's chapter 2.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for narrating that, Trina.
No problem. Hopefully I pronounced everything right.
Iko mai means welcome in Hawaiian. So yes, these are words that we're all learning of different cultures. And in Hawaii, they call the red octopus a taco. And yes, so when I got to do a presentation for the students at the CRISP camps here in San Carlos, Mexico, I referred that they called red octopus taco. And yes, so it was pretty funny. They laughed. So there you go. Chapter 2. Thank you for reading and showcasing it, as you can see behind it here. And again, it's available on Amazon as well as Audible. So if you're driving, you can listen to actually the music, every single chapter by Lucy and the Perfect Wave. And Nick's guitar sounds like whales and dolphins. So I just love that song in the book trailer. When I dive into the ocean, the deep blue sea, the love comes over me. So tears of joy. Thank you so much for letting us do this weekly book club. And you can join us every week. So Trina, tell us about daycare up in Canada with your new position or new
it's
students.
in the school. Yeah, it's in the school. So I haven't started the full-time position yet. I was doing casual, which meant I was in any room from grade 8 to pre-K and any given day, and doing supervision. The last couple of days I worked, I was with an autistic boy in the mornings. And then in the afternoon, of course, it was the last week before Christmas. So we had movies and fun and games and whatnot for the kids to do. So next week we'll be getting down and dirty into the good stuff. But I made cookies with my student on Friday morning. So that was good fun.
That sounds fabulous.
You never know what a day will be.
Awesome. What is your favorite thing that you do with the kids?
Well, I like to teach through play. That's the best, right? Once you hit school, which is where I am now, so I'm struggling a little bit because I'd rather teach through play than sit down, be quiet, and read a book or do your homework or do your work, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm having a little bit of a struggle with that because children have joy, and I just love to see them play and learn in that joy, right? You'll get enough adulting when you're an adult, so let's play and have fun as a kid. So that's what'll be fun for me. Recess. I enjoy recess.
Totally with you. And I know my daughter, she actually just started in November, a job after school because she's in high school now, and her after school job is helping out with watching the kids at an after school program. And she's got anywhere from, usually she's between kindergarten and 5th grade-ish kind of age range. And yeah, she's all about playing with the kids and doing things with them and getting things going, versus they're going to play and I'm going to sit over here. It's fun hearing stories, actually.
That's what my granddaughter is doing right now. Yeah, a before and after school program at one of the schools outside of Regina. And then my daughter works, she's an EA at a school up by Bigger. So we're kind of all in the education system a little bit.
Excellent. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It takes, honestly, I feel like it takes a special person to be able to be in that space and have the ability to make it fun for them and engaging, and that, because not everybody's into that, and people like the different ages too. Some people are all about the babies, some are the middle ages, and everybody's got a little different piece that's their flair. So what is your sweet spot for working with the kids?
Well, I love infants. I do. But I enjoy the preschooler because that's the most formidable, right? That's when they learn the most and recall. And that first 5 years is kind of like your cap off in that 5 years of who this person is going to be, ironically, when they're so little. So that's where you can teach the most, and they learn the most. So I enjoy those years.
Awesome. So I also want to share, Sue, I sent you some information, and Kurt too. I got an email from Algelita, is a organization in California. And later in the book, we'll introduce Captain Moore, who is part of the Algelita, who actually sailed through the Great Pacific Garbage Patch in 1997, and we highlight that. So Algelita sent an email newsletter that they are offering $500 grants to students age 11 through 25 again to do something with plastic, ocean cleanup, and everything. So you have until January to get your students to apply for a $500 grant. I don't know if that's only in the United States, Trina, but I'll send you the information as well. And they are showcasing the book on the website, the Algelita website also too, for their students.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember, what is that organization? I'm not remembering what they do. Because Algelita,
The Moore Institute. So they do, they teach students too about ocean conservancy and cleaning up the oceans, and workshops and everything in all ages. And just like your marine biology students could go and maybe get a job with them, depending on how they want to dive deep into their career, or, an internship. So we read about him because, again, he sailed through the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and I spoke with him during the pandemic and told him how we highlighted him in the book, which will be in later chapters. And also it can be used as not as a science project, but the idea was, the garbage patch was X amount in size, and now it's shrinking because of the Boynton Slat and the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. But it could be a science project to measure the garbage, the depth, what's in it, as for high school students, et cetera. So that was some of the ideas. And we also, later in the book, we have a song and dance contest with Noah's Song for the musical teachers as well, Trina. So something to think about. And we have the lyrics, but you can create your own tempo, and we'll introduce the DJ Honu in the book, and the party at 8. So that will be the next chapter. So that's called the glow in the dark party.
I'll talk to my SST at the school and see what we can get figured out.
Yeah, no, that would be great. So great representation from our other friends around the world in Canada, and for ocean cleanup. And thank you, World of Ability podcast, for making this all happen. I don't know if we have any other guests here. I don't know if Kurt wants to join in and highlight, as he's got the characters and the puppets. And Trina, we've been talking to On the Mark TV and nonprofit TV they're going to be coming out with a kindness channel in 2026. So we've been in contact with our intellectual property attorney to make sure we're federally trademarked, and going to put it out there to find funding to bring them into animation movies. So these are Folk Manus puppets. The company is out of Emeryville, California. They have them in Sea Life Park. They have them in schools, and all classroom teachers can get copies of the books from Donors Choose, and the coloring books, and the Folk Manus puppets from donorschoose.org. I had a special education teacher that introduced me to that after I came back from my first sailing book signing tour. She requested 50 books of underwater acts of kindness, and she was funded in 2 weeks from donorschoose.org. And Amazon shipped out the books, and I went to go visit them on campus. And so what Tears of Joy was, one of the students was, I was coming in and she's running up, "Where's Dr. Fingers? Where's Dr. Fingers?" He's a hermit crab. And they had read the book. So now Dr. Fingers has a fingerspelling ASL chapter, and we'll start reviewing that in the next 2 chapters as well. But next week we're having a party, glow in the dark party. So dress up in your glow in the dark theme, your sparkles, dress up like, ocean, we'll do that next week. So we'll have fun with that.
Excellent. I love it. So yeah, and I love because in your books it's perfect. It actually shows all the characters. There's pictures. Their names are there. It's very nice to be able to have it so simple and easy to find. So it is a nice thing, and like you said, all those puppets are all available, and yeah, they're upstairs. Sorry, I forgot to bring them down with me. I should have grabbed them, but I know we've got the one that's up there right now is the general of, oh my gosh, yeah, I know with the background it's hard to make it come up here, but the turtle is adorable. He's so much fun. We've got King Octo up there, and yeah, so we'll make sure to get those highlighted again here soon. But speaking of highlighting, I was gonna go over and bring up Marianne's website so that if anyone's interested in getting more details, here it is. actsofkindnessseries.com is that website. Again, actsofkindnessseries.com. And when you go there, everything you need to know is right in front of you. You've got all 4 books are here. We've got all the information too about where to find things on both Donors Choose, Amazon, Learning ASL. You've got the Apple games here. You got YouTube on here. All the things you need to know, all the things that she's been talking about, it's all on her website. So go and take the time to check it out. You can get free stuff through Donors.
Hello. How are you guys? Good to see you guys.
Let me get John in the room here. Welcome, Mark. Want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, yeah, and I not only did that, but I'm trying to remember the keys that I've known on the computer for 500 years. Can't find my various, volume control and all that. Oh, well.
And speaking of Mark, we've got more than one Mark coming in the room here. I believe Mark Balin just joined us as well. So
awesome. Yes, Mark Balin. Welcome.
That's nice.
And on the Mark TV here, and we just shared our book club here with Trina, daycare director in Canada, friend of mine. She just read chapter 2 as a teacher, and we were reviewing the characters here, Mark. So we were talking about the Kindness Channel in 2026, Trina. So he's the CEO of On the Mark TV in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh yeah. He's I've been commenting about him a lot on Facebook because I like Mark a lot, and he and I don't spend a lot of time together, but
we do share a name. We do share a name.
Yes, you do.
Well, yeah, we do.
And there's not many of us, so you really should be my friend.
Well, no, I'm already your friend. We just don't hang in the same. I'm still involved with the Hungarian mafia, and I don't want it to brush off. I don't want it to brush off.
I understand that because I heard you were voted the hungriest.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And plus, you like to wear a lot, and plus, when the winter comes, you like to wear a lot of goulashes.
Yes, yes. Very good. I wrote about goulash the other day, by golly. Both galoshes and goulashes. So
I just scare you, Mark, because because of the name, you're just meeting somebody that's as clever as you, if not more. You know what I'm saying? So I have a threat.
Well, you're clever than Oliver.
I'm clever.
You have more cleavage than I'll ever have. Yeah.
Your humor is kind of cheesy. Your humor is kind of cheesy. Do you live in Wisconsin?
Well, but it's interesting you should ask, because I was reading on Wikipedia this morning about Wisconsin.
Oh, really? What did you learn?
Yeah. Well,
did you pay your $2.75 to be on Wikipedia?
Oh yeah. No, I did I always do that with them.
So you're the guy, huh? You're the guy that does it, huh? Congratulations.
I learn a lot about the ups and downs of Wisconsin. You know, the Republican Party was formed in Wisconsin.
Sure was.
Uh, you guys have a lot of conservatives and a lot of liberals. You have 72 counties, a lot of German people and a lot of Norwegian people. Came in the Union in 1848.
You were there.
About 2 years before. Oh, I was there when it was a territory.
Sure.
Plus the history on Wikipedia goes back to 14,000 BC, which was even before Mark Balin was born.
I heard your first Uber was a stagecoach.
Yeah. Gas operated stagecoach, yeah. Yeah, so no, Balin's a special guy, and we need to get people to do more of that awards program. Are you one of the founders of the awards program that you've been talking about?
Which awards program is that?
Oh, the one out in LA in I think June.
Oh, well, I mean, while I was out there, you know, they gave me 2 congressional awards from District 48 and District 46. See?
Right. Yeah. I see him.
Yeah.
Cool.
See?
But are you a founder of that? That seems like a
No,
new
sir.
award show that's gonna be.
No, I hear the only way to do that is qualify. You have to be over 80 years old to qualify for that.
No, I'm asking you if you're one of the founders of that NS.
Oh,
What is
no,
it?
no,
NS,
no. That's no, that was actually
NSW or
no. You're talking about the National Social Media Awards, and that was
yeah.
that actually was founded in London a few years ago by a guy named Steve Byron.
Okay.
And then I'm just on a committee. I'm on a committee.
Right. Well, he's now Mr. Balin is someone to be respected and who is helping people around the world, and I know he always carries a bologna sandwich.
I get extra credit for helping the Roscoffs. I get extra credit for helping the Roscoffs.
Yes, you do.
He gets.
Well, actually, I want to take a quick second here. We have Trina here, and I don't think you guys have met her yet. Trina, you want to come on in and introduce yourself and let the guys know who you are?
Because Mark and Mark will keep talking.
Yeah,
Right.
I can tell.
Hi, Trina.
I hate to
God
interrupt.
bless you, honey.
No, Mark likes himself, and will just keep going and going and going. So he's a difference between being a Mark and being a Harry.
Must be.
It's a Mark thing. You got It's
all
My name
good.
is Trina Redmond. I'm an EA at school in Saskatchewan, Canada, is where I'm from.
Oh.
Childcare has been my career, I guess we could say. I've done everything from daycare director, working in a daycare, and in schools, and that's what I'm back doing now is schools.
Nice. You're a Rough Rider.
I think you were I think you were one of my pre-kindergarten teachers, Trina.
I'm not that old, Mark.
Holy shit.
I'd be a skeleton if I did that.
Maybe it was your grandmother. I don't know.
Is Mark from Canada?
No.
Where are you originally from?
No.
Mark Potter's in California?
No. Mark Potter is from Vermilion, Ohio.
Ooh, learning things.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me tell you something about Ohio real fast. So there's a gentleman I was on the phone with. His name was Emmanuel Turner, and his brother was David Turner, and their group, all right, was originally from some of the people that came out of that area that were like big in there was a couple of record company called Casablanca Records.
I think I met their sister Paige.
No. So it was Casablanca Records, which was it was one of the original labels for Kiss and Donna Summer and Cameo.
Okay. And to think I was worried about having enough to say on here. All I have to do is show up and everybody else talks. I don't need guests. I don't even need a mouth. No, I did meet their sister, Paige Turner. She's quite a girl.
That was us
Oh
earlier.
my God.
Oh, she's got real stories to tell.
Yeah, because actually earlier, I guess technically Paige Turner was here because Trina did read chapter 2 on here for us. So you guys will have to go back and listen to what you missed earlier because she actually read the second chapter. And next week we're going to hit the third, and we'll keep continuing through as we get to highlight Underwater Acts of Kindness. And it's lovely to have her here doing that. So glad that's working well.
I want to ask Mark one quick question.
Oh,
Do you
go
ever
ahead.
hear of a band out of Ohio called Lakeside?
No, but then I don't really do bands, so.
Okay.
No.
They're definitely up in your age. They wrote a song called Fantastic Voyage, and then he moved to California. It became a very popular song, and then Coolio redid it. You know,
Okay.
slide, slippity slide, slip on over to the other side. That was Fantastic Voyage by Coolio.
Well, you played drums on that, didn't you?
No, sir. Well, never mind. You gave me an opportunity to be dirty, and I'll just refrain. You gave me an opportunity to be dirty. I definitely refrained.
This is not a blue show, so we got, X-rated, so we got we got Sue
We're kid
here.
friendly. We just read a kid's book, so let's keep it kid friendly.
You know, I like Mark Potter because you make people understand like what the name Mark really means. You know what I mean? We're always the smartest people in the room, and we always want to talk to most because we really don't want to hear what anybody else has to say.
Oh boy!
No, don't do that. No,
so if you're saying you're smartest people in the room, so does that mean we should leave? Is that
No,
no, then you won't learn anything.
He's just trying to.
Wow.
He's trying to.
I think we need multiple squares for you on my screen because your head's a little big.
Two marks are better than 2 marks are better than 1.
Wow.
What do you? Okay. Wait, here. How does a dog bark when he has a lisp? Mark.
Wow. Okay.
Oh Lord God.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on that
it's not
note,
often I'm speechless, but you're bringing me there. So, well, you talk about bands. Can I tell everybody what we got to do last? Let's see. It was a week ago on Wednesday for Ability MKE. Now we have the radio show that we do live on Wednesday nights, and also right after that we do the recording for the Disability Channel. We have our own the TDC Today Show communities, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and find this so you can see what we actually got to do. It was very, very cool. We had some very special guests that joined us that day, and hang on, it's coming. It was, I gotta say, one of the most fun events I've gotten to do.
You outdid yourself that day, Miss Sue.
And pardon me?
You outdid yourself that day.
Why, thank you.
It was a good day.
It was a great day. And check out my screen. The wonderful folks joining me on here. So this is Ability MKE now. Michael Hummel is right next to me there. He is co-host with me on that show. And as you look around the room, the gentlemen you see there are all professional musicians. And they are putting together the Spirit of BB King. They are a band that they've performed once so far earlier in December, and they have another date coming up in May. So the gentleman on the bottom here, we've got Russell Jackson, who plays bass. Well, you can see the bass behind him. He played with BB King for about 8 years. In the middle there is TC. TC is an interesting guy. Make sure I've got names correct here, so I'm not. Yeah, Tony Coleman. So he goes by TC. He is the drummer. He played with BB King for 31 years. Really, really nice. Both those gentlemen are humble, smart, talented, absolutely amazing guys. I really enjoyed speaking with them. At the top there, Don Bynum. You can see he's hanging onto a saxophone. He used to play with the Commodores, among other bands as well. He, again, nicest guy you could ever imagine. And talk about talent. He actually played for us a little bit when we were live on the air. And actually, we got to meet him last June. We actually had done that big telethon in early June, and the LA group, Don was part of that. So he was interviewed as part of that show programming. I was privileged to be in a position that for the Disability Channel, well, I'm sorry, misspeaking. Disability Channel had 2 hours. We had 2 hours with Project Die Hard, and then there was a group in Arizona that had the show for 2 hours, and then with the LA piece, Don Bynum was part of that. Let's see, let me finish going around the room. Down underneath my photo there it says Ken's iPhone. That actually is Kenny Beaumont. He is an incredibly talented musician on the guitar. He is the one that can emulate B.B. King and the sound of B.B. King like no other. And the four of them are the core of the group. And they also have others that come in with them as well. They've got a couple more horns. They've got a keyboardist. They've got a few others that join them with the band. But the four of them are the core of that group for the Spirit of B.B. King. And it was B.B. King. It would have been his 100th birthday this past September. And that's part of what spurred this all on, that they are doing that in his memory and his honor, because he made such an impact in the music world. So we got to interview these guys, and I'm like, I didn't want it to end. They were so much fun. So that's one, I'm just throwing it out there. If you have not heard that show yet, go to our YouTube page, and actually you can get to it from what you see right here. If you scan that code, it'll take you right to our YouTube page. Otherwise, just go to @Ability Network. That's where we're streaming to right now as well. But we've got both those shows on there, and such good stuff they're doing. I know actually they also have, let me see if I can get one more screen up here, because the Spirit of B.B. King, actually I've got two different things I can share. This one, yeah, let me see if I can bring this back for you guys to see as well. They've got a website here that this is the bbkingshow.tntfilm.com. That's Tony's the guy who connected us with him, with them. This was showing, advertising actually the show they did on December 6th. But check this out, Spirit of B.B. King. And so B.B. King obviously is the guy they're honoring here. But as you look at the bottom here, these four guys, that's who we had on.
Wow.
It was so much fun. And if you want to listen to what Kenny can do, he is on here. And I believe, I'm going to stop the share. I know there was one more website that they gave us. Let me pull that up. Because the other one, let's see if this brings me over. That is the same.
Send me that video. You need to send me that video, that YouTube again. Or I can just find it on, never mind. I can just find it on YouTube. Never mind.
I was gonna say, I did send it. I uploaded it. Here, let me go back over here. I can actually give you the direct video, because I actually modified it a little bit so that it's not the raw footage. I added a nice
I
piece
want
on the
that.
front.
Are you going to try to send it to me?
Say that again?
Are you sending it to me here?
If you'd like. How would you like it?
Well, I'd rather have it to my email so I can forward it to Maureen.
Okay, I will make sure you get that. I'll get that over to you.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a fun night. So yeah, because Mark, you were there for I don't think you were there for all of it, but I know you got to talk to the guys beforehand. We had a group there ahead of time.
I was there more than an hour because I remember I invited Eric.
Yep,
I brought
Eric
and
Zuley
I
was
brought
there.
a few other people. I had a few other people show up, so I brought Eric in. I brought a few other people so they could meet them.
It was a great night. Actually, we should do a little more follow up with all that, because I know that
we should.
That was a great night. So, let's see. Just backing up to make sure if everyone else had joined us here. I don't want to miss anyone. Trina, what kind of music do you tend to listen to Were you a BB King fan at all?
No.
It's all good.
I'm a country girl.
Oh, nice.
Oh, all right. There we go. Buck Owens, Porter Wagner.
Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, and the new country.
The new people. Okay. I still remember when Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton were on that show together back in the early 50s. And then they had some kind of falling out. And yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis, all those guys. Yeah.
Both BB King and Ray Charles and a few other in the industry make country western albums. They all did because they always wanted to switch over genres. BB King and Ray Charles both make great country songs, and what happened was most of the country stars you hear singing them now have copied off most of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They really did. They were very much setting the trend for folks as they were getting into the music industry. I know even the guys that we had on, they were saying what a good influence BB King was as far as, I mean, you hear the stories, right? Musicians not behaving well and taking their popularity to a level that, that doesn't necessarily do them a lot of good personally. And BB King was one that was a good role model and keeping things where they should be. And he had them on the road and performing 300 nights out of the year. It's like, you can't be a big party animal and keep up with that kind of schedule and do your job and do all the things. And it's just not possible. And he really was a good influence with other musicians around it and that was something I didn't know, but I heard it clearly coming from them, what a good influence he was on them at the time as young musicians, and being in a place where they could learn from the best and give it their all on stage and be able to do all that and get on the bus, go to the next place or the plane or whatever it was they were doing that many nights out of the year. Can you even imagine? How many of us work that much? And it's not just on stage, it's all that travel in between. And yeah, it was interesting to hear those stories, and gave me a little different perspective and appreciation for what they all do to make a fun night for all of us who go and just buy a ticket and go check it out. It's really something to be on the other side of it, to be that performer, and yeah, they put it all out there for everyone. And here, let me share one more screen with you guys so you can see that they do have another event coming up. The date is May 30th. So here it is, Spirit of BB King on May 30th. I'm going to go ahead and pop over to tickets so you can see a little more detail. So they've got, let's see here. There we go. It's in Oceanside, California at the Star Theater. And I love this. Well, the boys are back in San Diego. Come enjoy this live show. BB King original band members Tony Coleman and Russell Jackson perform BB's classics, with special guest star Don Bynum, formerly of the Commodores, also performing, in addition to Kenny Beaumont performing on guitar, emulating the BB King style and sound. Truly a night to remember. I know the night they were with us, that was a night that I will never forget. Take advantage of this opportunity and see these veteran players perform. Your quest awaits. So it is amazing. And it says 100% of the proceeds go to the Music for Life Foundation. And it's all about helping kids and teaching them music. It's not about these guys at all. They do this because they love it. And we didn't even talk about that. I should have them back so we can really dive into this aspect of it, that 100% of the proceeds go to that Music for Life Foundation. So here we go. VIP front row seats for $95, general admission $55. The VIP includes a meet and greet session with the celebrities performing, and general admission includes food, 2 drinks, and step and repeat red carpet. Ooh, first come, first serve seating. Sometimes I wish I was in California where I could go and enjoy this as well. Yeah, that's coming up here on Again, the date is May 30th, Saturday, May 30th at 7:30 p.m. in Oceanside, California. So if you are anywhere near the area, go and have some fun. And that's amazing.
Very
So
nice.
anyway.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later.
Excellent. Always good to have you here, Mark. Have
Thanks
a great
so
week.
much.
And
Yep.
when we see you, it'll be next year already.
Oh yeah. I
We're
don't
at that
doubt it.
point in the year.
I don't doubt it. Yeah. 2027 probably by the time
Don't wait that long to come back.
that. All right, later.
Thank you, Mark.
All
See
right.
you.
So, well, now, Trina, you've been a lot of places this last year. I know for a while you were down in Mexico. How's this last year gone for you? When you look back, go ahead.
It's a lot of miles. I
Yeah.
did drive to Mexico and then I flew
Wait,
home.
you drove? Oh my gosh, I missed that part.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's a hike.
I drove my motorhome down to Mexico and I stayed for 4 months. And then I flew back to Canada and I stayed here for the summer. And then just this October, I flew down. I just flew to Phoenix and then I took the bus the rest of the way and got my motorhome and brought it back here in November.
Excellent.
So yeah, I put on a lot of kilometers or miles, whichever country. I kind of switched. Went from kilometers to miles back to kilometers in my trip, but yeah, I got to see, and I went down one way and back a different way. So yeah, it was pretty awesome to be able to see all the country.
Did you take your time on that travel then so you could really get out and look and admire the beauty along the way?
I did. I think I did. I did about a state a day, so that's not too bad. And I stopped. I did the tourist thing, and I'd stop and take pictures and along the way. And yeah, no, I did. I didn't tootle off with the motorhome to go sightseeing, so to speak. It's whatever you could see from the road.
Excellent.
But
Oh, and such beautiful country along the way.
yes, yeah, both ways. Yeah, it was. And I mean, I have relatives and friends along the way too, so I got to stop and visit and see some people you don't see that often, right? Because they're living in a different country and you just don't always get to see everybody as much. So that was awesome to be able to do that.
That's perfect. I love it. Being able to do that kind of thing makes all the difference, right? I love road trips.
Yeah.
It's fun because exactly, you get to see people, you get to see countryside that you don't get to ever see, right? If you're flying over, you're literally just looking down, you're not getting the same experience by any means.
Not at all. Not at all. Airports are all the same basically when you come down to it. But when you're on the road, you can take a different turn, a wrong turn. I did that. You could take all sorts of different ways. But that's how you get to see the good stuff, right?
That is exactly right. Because there was some reason that you had that wrong turn. You got to see things you wouldn't have otherwise.
Well, and I got to see that 35-footer do a little wiggy, get back on the road again. So yeah, no, it was good. It was good. It's nice to sometimes see the looks on people's faces when they're like, "You're driving that alone?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." Meet me out of my way.
I love it. So you got some travels planned now for 2026?
I have a bike. I ride motorcycles, so I do plan to go to BC to meet with a cousin, and then we're gonna do a little trip of our own on our bikes, and then back. And so far, that's all. I'm hoping to get back down to San Carlos. That's where my heart is. But I just started a new job, so we'll see how that goes.
Excellent. Well, so education system then in Canada, do you guys get summer off? Or I'm
Yes.
thinking it's a little different than here, but I'm not sure how much.
Well, July and August are
July and
off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So very similar. We usually get out, well, here we get out like early June. I'd say 10th-ish is what it's been averaging. Getting out, so the first, I'd say that we go at least a week into June typically, and then we go back right around Labor Day. So that first week in September, usually. It varies a little bit. I don't
We go to the end of June and then back again right after September long weekend.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So pretty similar. Excellent.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I just want to share with you, I found the advertisement from the newsletter here for Angelita, advertising for the grant for $500 for students age 11 through 25. And I sent you all that information too on your personal phone, and I sent it to Kurt as well, but here it is for the podcast. And so, yeah, take a look at it. Get your students involved.
Yeah,
And
have to do that.
pretty interesting there. And then I found we'll be getting into it, talking about music. There is the song lyrics in the book for Noah's song, so you can create your own music in tempo. So good for the kids to create their own music and sing the song. So we got fun activities in this book, Underwater Acts of Kindness. We also have the coloring books. We have the YouTube channel that we'll get into now, and we'll have great fun with this. So it will be very fun. And again, we're looking forward to find funding on the Mark TV and creating a kindness channel and to bring these into animation movies. So and so I'm deep resting now because we went on sailing on Christmas Day and worked on the boat and repairs on that. And my other friend, Captain Carla, was here, and we had to take her boat out, and the boat trailer broke, and she had to get tires. So we're just taking a deep breath today, and holding the light for our friends to get all this mechanic work completed in divine order and stuff. And so anyway, and I'm going to start thinking about what these characters are going to sound like, the voiceover, right? And AI, we got all these different characters. So what's Noah going to sound like talking? What's King Octo going to sound like? What's this General of the New Earth Army? So I'm going to be watching some people on TikTok that do voiceovers and for like cartoons or whatever, and see what we can kind of come up with. So that's going to be my creative project, to go into that deep rest and space to listen and figure out what type of sound quality they need to have and represent the environment that they're in and everything, and their vision and mission and being of service. So it'll be great fun. So that's something to look forward to. And yeah, so I'm so glad that you read the book in chapters and sharing it with your school. That's amazing. And we're going to have great things happen in 2026. So I may be sailing to San Pedro Island. We're still trying to shoot for that with the boat getting in order. And so hopefully we'll get to see some orcas. I want to see orcas. That's what I want to see. Whales and orcas down here, clean water. So they come down here. And and I'm also following a guy on TikTok that's sailing across the Pacific solo. And I sent him copies of the free ebook download, and told him to start reading this book because it goes to the Big Island where he's sailing, and he's doing it. So he DM'd me back. So that was pretty cool. So I got a badge from him from another sailor that's taking its journey. He's gonna sail, and had no skills, no knowledge of sailing whatsoever, and he's doing it. So, and people are sending him products. So I'm glad that I sent him on Christmas Day the free ebook download of Cool Acts of Kindness, a flyer that I had, and he can read about that as well. So we had that flyer available, and Zach Clayton had his live stream going on this past Christmas again, and we had a good time. And I'm trying to think, what other project did we do? I did another project. Oh, this past Sunday, I was on Michael Hummel's caregiver
Oh,
2-day
how was
workshop
that?
with Lee Rosenblum. I followed him, and it was a great, great podcast with speakers. And Lee talked about his mom having MS, and he also came down with MS, and he was a runner, a marathon runner, and everything. So he has a stationary bike that he uses in his home to keep active and exercise. And he was a social worker that raised billions of dollars for organizations. So he spoke about that and being a caregiver for his dad later in life. And I spoke about my experience with being a social worker with a death 30 years ago and ADA compliance, and being denied a sign language interpreter at my personal disability review after being injured by an SUV through a wall, which is kind of brings into the characters where I don't want to share the book with you yet, but it parallels, and as we talk about hearing loss and in the book and sign language. So it was a really good opportunity to speak for a good 20 minutes and meet other people and share our stories of being caretakers and what we've done to overcome things. And, my opportunity in Hawaii to interpret for Scott, get my Reiki Master certification, and, write this book through creative meditation. And and this is what's happening around the world for ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, and climate change now. So yeah, so it was a great event by Michael and great speakers. So glad we got to do that and highlight them. And we invited anybody that wanted to join us on our World of Ability podcast or your Milwaukee radio show on Wednesdays or the Today Show. So again, Trina, you can pop into any of those on Wednesday nights as well and shine the light. And I know you're open to looking for other, I would say, other careers, other opportunities with your services. So, we're passing it along, paying it forwards. So it's all good. And the end of the year here, so Santa Papa John, he had his showcasing his stuff, and in February we'll be following up now with Inspire World to create a baby sign clothing line to go with the Acts of Kindness series in February to launch in March. And so we got the whale watching book and Dr. Fingers on YouTube and the coloring book. So I sold out at the farmers market, and we had a good time interacting and getting the videos out, and looking forward to 2026. So thank you so much, and back to you.
Excellent. Well, and I know you were making mention of the radio show. I'm going to go ahead and just share screen on that for just a moment too, because I know we bring it up, but we don't really share it very well on here. So just taking a moment here, River West Radio really has a massive piece of what we've all done. That was something that a friend was a host on River West Radio, that he basically said, "Hey, Kurt, you should have a show." And I was like, "Wait, what?" Okay. And that was, what was that, 2014? And we've been on there ever since. And I say we kind of very inclusively, because originally it was Kurt and I think 4 other friends that they really were the hosts of the show. And here, let me click over here to show you shows. So riverwestradio.com is their website. And just because of alphabetical here, we are the first show listed here. If you go there to the All Shows tab, Ability MKE Now, that's us. We are all about bringing people together in Milwaukee here, that folks that have disabilities, the folks that don't, and stories and experiences and all the things. And we are every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Central. So you can listen to them live you can see the listen live button here. So you always can catch us live on the air. They actually had a big event just last week on Saturday the 20th, was a first for them. They've been doing cookie sales the last few years, asking all of us show hosts to bring in cookies. And this year they also had a holiday market. And I'm just catching on this right now. It says we raised over $5,000 to support River West Radio that day, which is massive. They really need that community support in order to keep the station going, because it's a 501c3 organization. This is not a radio station that sells advertising or anything like that. It's able to stay afloat because of support from folks like us. So they are amazing. And I'm so glad to see that they did that well at the event. So let's see, I'm gonna just click on schedule here so you can see they have quite a few different hosts that come on in each week. And this is Wednesdays right here. Wednesday, you've got us. Ability MKE Now. And what you see on here is showing all of those shows that they do live each week in the white, and in the gray sections, they rotate through replays of our shows for all of these different live performing shows like this. They will replay us throughout the week. So just because we're on Wednesday nights doesn't mean that's the only time you'll hear us. They'll take that show and repurpose it throughout the week so that that it can be seen again. Heard again and again. Really, there's some amazing hosts on there. Big variety of content, and it's wonderful. I love what they all do. The other unique piece is you can tune in and listen live on your radio if you're within about a 5-mile radius of the station itself. Beyond that, it's all online, so you can listen to it anywhere. And you can even say, "Hey Siri, tune in River West Radio," and it can do it that way too. So you can do it from wherever and be able to keep up with what's all going on. So you get to hear us right here just like this every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Central. And for those that are joining us on Zoom here, like Trina, you're on this Zoom right now. It's the exact same Zoom link.
Oh, there you go.
So super easy. And yeah, and they do have a guest agreement that we need to fill out just so people understand the rules, because they are a 501c3. They've got certain FTC regulations. Here, actually, let me just go ahead and pop that in to the screen here. So if you ever want to join us on there, you are absolutely welcome to do that. You just got to fill out their little piece there so that they know that you know the rules.
Right. What time is it?
7:30 Central, 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
So I hop on about 7:15. Actually, how much of a time difference is it between us right now? Because it's 2:10 right
2:10.
now.
Oh, it's 2:10 here now. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we are the time same.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay,
Love it.
Okay.
So that makes it easy. So yeah, and it literally is, the unique part is it's live on the radio. We do YouTube at the same time, but we start at 7:30 on the button. So I actually bring up time.gov so that I'm exactly to the second with them. And we start at 7:30 and it runs for 29 minutes, and then they cut us off, and the computer does, I should say. And they have a 1-minute piece that they do in between shows that is like station identification kind of things. Right. But it's fun.
Awesome. Yeah,
the people we've met over the years, oh my goodness, it's been amazing. So you would be absolutely welcome to join us. And for anybody who's listening too, we even have a Calendly link to sign up so that people can be a featured guest on any particular night. Let me bring that forward as well. So calendly.com/ability MKE Now, because that's the name of the radio show. So that is what we use on that link. And for those that are watching this, I'll quickly share my screen so that that's visible to everyone. Because I put it in the chat, but I don't think people can see that. So that is the link at the top there, calendly.com/ability MKE Now. And it shows right on here to be a guest on our show. And it's just a matter of clicking on this, and then that'll bring up, I'm actually kind of curious how far out we are scheduled right now. So I do have a guest set for next Wednesday. And once you get into January, we've got the first 2 weeks scheduled. So we've got featured guests for those 2 nights. But then I believe after that, we're open again to any night anyone wants. Claim it as yours. So lots of fun. We really do have a good time on there.
Sounds great.
So, and I know, let's see, let me just check and see who all is here. Emily, are you available for just a few minutes by chance? I know she's in the background. I am going to be transitioning to my phone because I know we are going to be hitting the road and doing the last part of this broadcast from the road, but I will need just a moment of transition to do that. So I'm just checking in to see if Emily might be available to carry the torch here for just a brief time while I resituate. Are you there, Emily? Yeah, awesome. Can I pass the reins to you for just a moment here? I'm literally gonna get on my phone. I will stay with you guys. I'm not leaving. But I ooh, you know what? I think I might have just let me mute myself for a second here so I don't blow your ears out. And with that, I'm gonna bring this upstairs with me. And do you have actually, Emily, I'm gonna ask a quick favor. Is it possible that you could bring up one of the other book trailers to play for just a moment here while I'm in transition, just to make life a little easier here? Because I can tell you where we're headed. If you see my goofy shirt, you can sort of see it with the background. We have a friend that does an elf party. So, Buddy the Elf, if you've ever seen the movie Elf, if you haven't seen it, go watch it because it's just silly fun. But it's very wholesome, wonderful, silly fun. And she's been doing an elf party. Oh gosh, she did it for years. And then, COVID happened and it hasn't happened since. But she brought it back, she revived it, and we're gonna be all heading out to have some silly fun together for the rest of the day. And she lives a little over an hour away from us, so we're gonna be that's where I'm gonna be on the road here in just a few minutes. But I will definitely be on here to continue and keep things rolling and moving forward here with the show because the show goes on. So always happy to be here and share the fun things that we're doing. But like I said, I need just a moment to help with my transition. So Emily, are you able to bring up one of the videos to share on here? Yep, all good. All right, well, I'm gonna shut down my this side and I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I'm here to make things crazy, right? Here, I'm switching out my cameras here. And do you have friends that do silly fun parties like that, Trina?
Oh,
Reason for
yes, yeah. I don't know if our beverages are the same as your parties, but it gets sillier as the night goes on.
those are always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm turning my camera off just so I don't make you guys sick as I'm walking around and situating. But yeah, we actually that kind of goes hand in hand with. Oh my gosh, I'm making a mess as I go. If you can hear extra fun background noise, we have we told you about Festivus?
No, I've not heard of that.
So that is with the same group of friends actually, but Festivus for the rest of us. That became a thing years ago, and we do Festivus the first full weekend in February every year. And that has been going on now. Gosh, actually, I think this upcoming year is going to be our 29th annual.
Oh, nice.
So it's been a long time running, and
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, Festivus has been going on, yeah, like I said, for all these years, and it's been, let's see, we've done everything from scavenger hunts. The scavenger hunt party is always a fun thing because that is teams going out with a list and taking pictures of whatever creative thing that they can come up with that kind of matches the theme. And I, over the years, have just made up random lists of different ideas of what that might look like. And some things are super specific and some things are super general to be whatever anybody creatively comes up with. But it varies every year, and typically funniest picture will end up winning in each category. So we'll do a slideshow at the end of the day with all of the different pictures that were taken, and we each end up voting on which picture everybody thinks is the winner. I mean, that's part of how that ends up. You cannot vote for your own. You have to vote for somebody else. But
Right.
It's part of it to come up with a winner at the end, and truly the pride of winning is what it's all about.
Of course, of course.
It's always a good time getting everyone together, and that's part of how it started. Because when we talk, well, a lot of what we do here, even with the TDC Today Show, it's the TDC Today Show community. We've been all about community since way back when we started this. That is truly the essence of what Festivus is and why we do it, is getting people together just because. And we specifically actually chose that time of year because of we all, okay, you know how it is. We all get together and do our thing at the holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate. Most of our friends celebrate something around Christmas with their families and friends. And we get together, we do that, and then we're in the, well, okay, so then there's New Year's. So all this activity between Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and all the stuff. You get together with people, and then we're in Wisconsin. It's cold. It's winter. People don't get out much. They don't necessarily do much. And it kind of ends up, you're just holed up in your house, outside of work and whatever, but you're not doing a whole lot until spring really kind of is lovely again and gets you back outside. So we said, hey, first full weekend in February, we're counting on it from here forward. That is the weekend we're getting together. And it's just, part of it was really that we chose that time because people are looking for something to do. We need to go have some fun with our friends, and we need an excuse to get together. And we said, that's it. We made it. This is our excuse. So our friend group knows, and actually everyone who's listening, we're on this Zoom too all weekend long. So you don't have to be living right here to come on in and have some fun with us. It's all about having a good time. So we play a lot of games. Oh my gosh, we make stuff up. We figure out what's whoever's there at that time. It's kind of like this show. Based on who shows up, what are we gonna do? We have fun with what we have and who we have. We've got one close friend who is very much into board games. Like, he and his wife, what do they have? 300, 400 board games? I mean, not kidding. They're very into board games, and it's amazing. He always brings a batch of different games with that he knows will be a crowd pleaser with whoever's there. And we always have some online versions available as well, so that depending on who we all have here with us, realizing I'm in a dark spot here. We always do some online things as well. So we have some fun games for anyone who's joining us on Zoom. And we have a good time. That's what it's all about. Just forget everything and just have some fun. Because don't we all need that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, fun and joy. We just learned one new game at Christmas. I think it's called Let's Get This Flippin' Party Started. And it's a hot dog and a chicken, and they have suction cups on the base, and it's all about flipping and making the landing. And that's you bid on whether you can accomplish what the card says, and then you got to try to flip the chicken or the hot dog and have it land its land, or you catch it. Like, there's a whole bunch of different versions of it. Oh yeah, it's a hoot whether there's alcohol or not alcohol, because trying to watch people try to do these things and balance, like, yeah, it's just, it's a good time. Good fun.
That's awesome. Okay, tell me the name again. I got to write that down.
Let's get this flippin' party started. That's, I think, what it's called.
I am writing that down. Let's get this flipping.
Flippin'? Yeah, it's a flipping party.
I love it. I will be looking for that. That's
Yeah, it was good
fantastic.
fun with the kids. It was good fun with our adults, our parents. Yeah, no, it was a good fun game.
Awesome. Yeah, we learned a new game over Christmas time here as well. And I've got to remember, Alana, what was it called? Flip Seven. Flip Seven. Sorry, It was very fun, and anybody of any ability can play. It's literally cards, and as they flip in front of you, most of the cards have a number. So if you got a number 12, just know there's 12 12s in the deck. There's 11 11s in the deck. There's only two twos in the deck. So you go around, everybody gets a card flipped in front of them, and then you decide if you want to keep what you've got or if you want to flip another one. If you get a pair, you lose all your points. There's whatever's in front of you is dead. And then there's a couple of specialty cards in there where you can freeze somebody else, or you can get a freebie, basically, or I think it's called Second Chance. So you've got that just in case you end up with a pair, you can take that out. But then it takes usually, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 rounds of playing this before somebody hits the magic 200 number. Somebody has to get 200 points to win. And it was very simple, but it was so much fun. That's kind of nice to have a very simple, uncomplicated game to mix in with whatever's going on, because literally everybody could play that game. It wasn't complicated.
Well, that was the thing with the flippin' party too, right? Because
Yeah.
you're in teams, so it's 2 teams. There's a chicken and a hot dog team, right? And that's how you play it. And so your team has to decide what you're going to bid on it. Like, if you think you're going to succeed, you want to put a high bid because you want to be the one who performs that task, right? And then if you win it, you win it. And then if you succeed and you land, then you get to flip the chicken or the hot dog, whichever team you are, until it's all full and all lit up. And that's all it is. There's no points or anything. It's just bidding and flipping. And you can sit or stand and use the floor. There is a couple where you have to land it on the wall, but that's what makes it fun, right?
That sounds perfect. I'm going to have to look for that one.
Yeah, Amazon.
Amazon has everything. I love it, including the wonderful Acts of Kindness series books you can find on Amazon as well.
Yes, they are. Yes.
Yeah, truly anything is there. I love it. So I will definitely be looking that up, because we have all sorts as we do games throughout the weekend. Some of them are those more intense games where you got to focus a bit more because they're involved, but strategy kind of things. And those I love too, but having the mix makes it
breaks it up a little. Yeah, gives your brain a holiday a little bit when you can just flip a chicken.
Yeah. Our other favorite one that we often play later at night is I gotta think of the name of it. It is oh my gosh, New York. No, what? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name now. It's basically the cartoons that were. I want to say it's like out of. I should know it like anything. It's not there right now. Basically, cartoons. They're classic cartoon, like one. I think about like Far Side. Those were always just like one pane, right, of a picture, but it's not Far Side. It was something else. It's gonna kill me. I can't think of it. Anyway, they're wonderful cartoons, and they have really fun captions usually as well. But this game, the New Yorker, is that it? The New Yorker? I think that's it. The cartoon has no caption, so we all have to go around and secretly write down a caption for that picture, whatever it is. And some of them are absolutely bizarre, insane, like what is happening in this thing? That I got to say though, that's one of those games that the later at night we play, and the
better the captions.
Yep,
I can see that.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Yes, and the funnier they all seem, you know.
Yeah.
But never fails. I will be in tears at some point because I am laughing so hard about whatever silliness is going on, and that's part of what that whole weekend is about, is just have fun. you know. And so anyone who wants to join us, you are always welcome. So that's something, mark your calendar now, because it's always the first full weekend in February. So whatever that Friday, the first Friday in February is when it starts.
And it goes the whole weekend.
And it goes the whole weekend. Sometimes it overlaps with being a Super Bowl weekend, but not always. We'll have it on in the background, but honest to goodness, most of our folks that come in person are not big football fans. So it'll be on, but we often are not even watching it. It just kind of depends. Now, if the Packers are on, I might glance at it a little bit more because, it's the Pack. I'd do anything for the Pack. But we just, again, whatever the crowd is, and sometimes when that's happened too, we've got people that are glued to the television, and then a bunch of us that are glued to a game. It just, whatever works. And that's where on that Saturday we tend to do the scavenger hunt and a potluck. That's the night that people tend to bring a few things, and we'll do the hunt. I'll put a big slideshow together. Then after we eat, we all sit around and we'll put it up on the wall then of all the photos that were taken. And again, that's typically the goofier the picture, the more likely it's going to be voted on. Because there's been some crazy stuff that I can't believe we've got pictures of over the years. So, and there's a couple of them on our website. So festivus.now.site is a website that we have that I know I updated it last year. I believe it's got everything is going to be as far as timing and all that. So festivus.now.site is where you can find a little bit more info on and a couple of pictures, so you get a little tease of what we've done in the past. But always a good time.
I'm looking forward to seeing Kurt Roscoff do this hot dog chicken thing live on the World of Ability podcast. I put the challenge out there. I want to see this. The World of Ability wants to see this. So please select the time zone to do this, and we'll be there in support. And Mark, and on the Mark TV too. And so Trina, coach them. We're gonna get it on the World of Ability. We're gonna have Kurt do it.
I hear a challenge. Challenge on. I love it.
Kurt Roscoff.
So is he gonna be flipping a chicken or flipping a hot dog? I don't know.
Hot dog, yeah.
Excellent. Oh my gosh. Well, actually, and Emily, can I pass it over to you to play a video? Awesome. Thank you. Yep. Beautiful.
We had the boat parade down here, and we had about 100 boats and nice lighting. And we went and walked down and sat on rocks on the beach. And two